Welcome back to Forge of Champions. My name is Munchballs. I'm joined by Orcs as we jump into the fourth game of the day, second in the series, as Excel go up against Barrage. And the first game was an interesting game.
It was a game,
to say the least.
There was some champions picked that were a bit out there. In the end, honestly, I feel like Barrage had a lot of life in them.
Yeah.
Some messy things. I feel like Icebreaker, I much preferred his debut in the top lane and his debut in the bot lane.
Yes.
And then it just came down to that sick play from Special where he got the flank. Sort of to turn the game around. And also
Jeskler on the Kayle as well, just got some items and then won the game.
It's not a traditional AD carry, but you auto attack, it does a lot of damage, it scales well, so he seemed pretty comfortable
It's
on
an
it.
AD carry. It's just not an AD carry, you know?
Yeah.
It's one of those kind of situations. But
It's like Corki.
The Nasus Yuumi bot lane, it was interesting, that's for sure. I don't think it's something that they'll play again. I don't think it's going to be meta, but I do think it worked in this game in specific.
Yeah, I think specifically if someone opts to pick Volibear Darius against you bot lane, you know what to play. You have it in the bag.
There you go. Excel figuring out these strats for you, and then when you're playing that against that Lucian top, you know that the Kayle is absolutely the answer right there.
That one I'm less convinced by. I mean, to be honest, the bot lane I'm not
KDO
convinced
actually
by.
did really well in the top lane.
True.
To be fair to him.
But also, I feel like there's more you're Lucian against a melee champion for 5 levels. I feel like Jeskler did really well to hold on and just farm up. And then once he hit level 6, he was like, it's go time. And his jungler could come in and help. But I feel like KDO did well to farm up and he picked up a lot of kills. But at the same time, I feel like you could have punished that kill more. But I guess not.
Unfortunate for them. And then D.Va in the mid lane actually did a really good job on the Syndra. Did a really good job farming. Had a few kills as well. But unfortunately, it was less about the mid lane matchup and it was more about the fact that you're in the middle of the map and the rest of the map has fallen apart. Eventually, that's going to show up on your doorstep.
Yeah, and I feel like, I mean, he held his own pretty well, but especially with the amount of frustrating picks to deal with, especially a Syndra against any sort of poke, especially a Yuumi, it's so frustrating because you just get chipped down. You are in a mobile made, so when you're walking, when you're looking to rotate, you just get hit by a prowling projectile, and suddenly you're in a vulnerable position because once one prowling projectile hits, you don't know if a Lee Sin's going to pop out of there. You don't know if they're going to commit with the ultimate. So a lot to be scared of.
Yeah, it was a scary game for Barrage, certainly. We'll see what they've got coming into game number 2, though, up against Excel. And we'll see whether Excel are going to take this one a little bit more seriously. Like, I don't want to sugarcoat it too much. Like, Excel clearly came in pretty disrespectfully there. And, you know, if you're Excel, what do you have to like incentivize playing super seriously, right? The entire last season, they dominated. They went to EU Masters and managed to finish at the quarterfinals, right? They've actually had a pretty decent run there. They're going to come back. They're going to be feeling good when it comes to this league.
I feel like it's something we've seen from G2 is that don't play better than you need to. You know, I feel like that's what they're sort of offering up. They're like, we'll get serious when we're against Fnatic.
Yeah.
Until then, we are going to play...
We'll get serious when the competition gets serious.
Yeah, so if Barrage had taken that game 1, I fully think that XL would have gone, right, it's go time. But the fact that they can beat them with that sort of draft and, as you said, a bit of disrespect, it does make me feel that they will play that way until they need to do otherwise, or they face Fnatic, who obviously has been their kryptonite in the league this past year.
It certainly has been. We'll see if XL are going to be forced on something a little bit more serious here. I'm expecting the draft to be a little bit memey once again. I'm curious to see what Jeskler does in this draft. I'm hoping the Kayle doesn't come out again. Kayle is not a champion that I'm that big of a fan of personally.
It's
I think
not,
it's kind
it
of
shuts
boring.
down the hype because you're like, oh, look at this guy. Oh, no, divine intervention.
Yeah, Kayle just invincible and then 2 shots everyone on the team. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
GG. Game went past 30 minutes. I guess Kayle wins. Anyway, let's take a look at the draft as we kick things off here. I want to see Jeskler on a playmaking AD carry. I want to see him bring out some of these LEC mechanics.
Yeah, I mean, I would want to see that. I'd love a 2v2 between the bot lane because KDO, as you said, he did look good.
Yeah.
And yes, there was some mechanical mistakes from Fastlegged, but yeah, it's shown he can play pretty well. There's a certain flash flip on the minion that I remember being a bit questionable.
The flash Targon proc was it's stressing me out just remembering it, man.
It hurt to see as a support main, but everyone's had those moments where you make a bit of an oopsie daisy.
Yeah,
I mean,
you know all about that from Clash anyway.
My class performance was good.
Mine was actually pretty good, I thought.
There were times where it was good, and there were times where it wasn't good.
Yeah. Me? No, there were no times where it wasn't good. I was flawless. Trust me. Anyway,
Gold player says he's flawless.
was gold 3, now gold 2, by the way. 9-1 yesterday.
Again,
but enough about solo
yeah.
queue. Enough about solo
Yuumi,
queue.
Kale banned
Kale's
away.
been banned.
Yeah.
Everyone
so-
rejoice. We get to see something a little bit more
I
exciting.
know
than
Yuumi
that.
because I don't think anyone really enjoys watching Yuumi. Now it's over to Barrage for the first pick. A lot of these first pick blinds that you'd like to take, the Syndra, the Xayah, they're actually taking off the card. So XL respecting that blue side advantage. Now it comes down to what Barrage want to take up. But Pantheon has flown through. It is
Yeah.
something banned away from XL. I think they still want to deny it and they're going to pick it up. So can be flexed. Can go mid, top, jungle, or support.
I'd love to see Icebreaker on it, man. He did so well last week in his games, like really popped off multiple 2v1s. We've seen that he is mechanically a great player. I'd love to see him given such a powerful tool in that top lane to run away with the game.
I am a big fan of it mid lane though, just because of the amount of strength and the fact that you can impact the whole map. A lot of matchups in mid you can crush, and then you pop that ultimate, you can go top, you can go bot, you can just take over the map. Here we do see the Pyke very quickly picked up. I expect it to be support, but there could be some shenanigans. Could be put into another area.
I'm not expecting anything from
Oh,
this XL roster just
No,
yet.
no
Wait
way.
until it's all locked in and the trades have been done, and then I'll try and predict what's going to happen, because
I think the Lee Sin will be going jungle. I'm pretty safe at
Yeah.
hedging my bets on that one.
I think that one is relatively safe. Even then, it's relative, you know? Because you could take Lee Sin top.
True.
You could take it mid. These guys aren't afraid to do that.
But
We
what's
just saw
interesting-
Special playing Lee Sin.
Yes, but he was playing jungle.
He was.
Is the big thing.
He
And
was.
we see the Rek'Sai come in, so Gragas still available, but Monkeys wanted something that can go toe-to-toe more in the early levels, which is that Rek'Sai. Good matchup into the Lee Sin, and the Kai'Sa comes out for KDO, so something we will see him hopefully pop off on.
Yep.
Not as flexible as Illusion, you can't just throw it up top lane, but if you get a lead in that, can be absolutely monstrous, and so far, Barrage, I'm liking their draft, but now XL, it has been buffed. They no longer have Hyun on their team. It could just be a hover. We shouldn't talk about it, but it will be something similar, but not the same. The Ziggs offers similar things in the bot lane. A lot of wave clear, a lot of
True.
shoving power. And
This is what Phelan used in the Gauntlet.
true.
They kind of rode the wave of the Ziggs bot lane. Chu played it a ton, and it got them 3rd place last season. So
Yeah.
it's something we've seen in the bottom lane.
And it scales really well because the ult in the later stages can blow up. We've seen it a little bit in Worlds in the playing stage. I think it's a strong pick. I do like it in the bot lane. I expect to see it there. So interesting picks to come out so far. And because it has so much wave clear and pushing power and also safety, that's the difference between Heimerdinger and Ziggs. Is Heimerdinger is hard to engage on because of the turret. Ziggs having the satchel and also the explosive minefield, it's hard to punish him in that regard. And it means Pyke can roam. So if Kissing is playing this Pyke support, he can just take over the map. And then it's no longer Rek'Sai beating Lee Sin 3-6. It's, wait, Rek'Sai does beat Lee Sin, but there's also a Pyke there to make things difficult.
Yeah, and obviously Jessica's going to be perfectly able to just clear away those waves on the Zig there. LeBlanc going to be taken off the board, as well as the Karthus and the Nautilus. Now the final ban to come out from Barrage. We'll see if that's also going to be focused on towards the jungle. It's interesting that the Karthus was banned away when Lee Sin's already not locked in. Do you think that the Karthus mid was a potential thing on Barrage's mind?
I have no idea.
Or do you think that they think that this Lee Sin's going into a lane?
I'm going to be completely honest. I don't understand the Karthus ban.
Because the Kiana ban is kind of a jungle ban at the minute, honestly. In
No, I mean,
lanes,
you,
we've seen
you
a
can
lot
definitely play Kiana mid.
You
I
can,
think Kiana's
you
a really
can.
strong mid laner.
I'd
I
say
think
we've seen more jungle than mid, though.
we may have, but in EU Masters, we saw a lot of mid lane Kiana. I still think it's very flexible. Whereas the Karthus, I think exclusively we've been seeing it in the jungle recently, and I don't know why you would specifically go, oh no, lane Karthus, we need to ban this. So I don't know. This is one of the moments where I'll put my hands up and say I don't know. it's a weird one to me, but we do see the Zed locked in, which suggests again that it might be tax on the Zed special in the jungle. That means the only pick left up is Sendo, so they want to see where that Pantheon's going to go before they pick for him in the top lane. Something that he could take. Oh, so I guess it is not going to be a support Pantheon. They're going for the Blitzcrank, which was buffed recently, has extended range on the Q.
It's disgusting, man.
Um,
I want to see Fast-Legged pull some buffs. I want to
So-
see him really harass
So
the
last game,
opponent.
your support flash flipped a minion, and now he's like, "Give me the Blitzcrank." I'm like,
Dude, I'm ready. Fast-Leg, this is your opportunity to redeem yourself for the flash flip. I'm so ready to see these pulls. It's also going to be a Cho'Gath locked in. I have to assume that's up until the top lane.
but it could be a flex. You know, it's weak. It's a weak flex. It's not one of those flexes where you're like, it's definitely going to be like a Vic.
It's like when you've been to the gym twice and you think you're getting buff. It's one of those kind of flexes.
You can play it mid. It can be played mid. So if they see, for example, XL, Hover, and Vayne, you don't want to play Cho'Gath into that. I legitimately think they're going to put Cho'Gath mid. I mean, it's good into Zed is the main thing. It's a counter into Zed. It's an old school counter into Zed. I expect to see the Cho'Gath going mid and the Pantheon going top. I think they're going to wait until the last moment to switch it, but I think that is the better matchups for Barrage. Because if you play, you know, the Cho'Gath into the Vayne, you're going to get pummeled. And yes, even if they end up like that, I want to see them swap the players. They may put them on those champions, but I want to see the Cho'Gath mid lane into the Zed, because it is that old school counter. I remember back in the day, there was Hai and Bjergsen playing these champions into each other.
Yeah.
Because you have the silence, which means you can't use mobility. He goes in on you, you're too bulky to kill, and then you just eat him. So I think I really want to see the Pantheon go on top and then the Cho'Gath going in the mid lane. Because again, Pantheon can zone the Vayne pretty heavily. You can't miss that stun, and you can just really beat her up.
We'll have to see as we head on into this one. Once again, Taxa is going to be playing that Zed, and Special is going to be playing that Lee Sin. I feel like that is Special making that call. I feel like Special wants to play the Lee Sin. He seemed like he was having a real fun time on the Lee Sin. He was making the plays.
Look, I'm farming so much. Guys, look, I got a Ghost Blade. I'm just having a great time.
Taxa did not seem anywhere near as comfortable on that Zed as Special did on the Lee Sin.
Especially not if he is playing in the... I mean, to be honest, Pantheon's not a fun matchup either for the Zed.
No.
Either of those, if he's played into, will be doomed. And again, I'm not saying this. I definitely think it's going to be them moving the Cho'Gath mid, because they may not, but I think it should. Like, I'm just flat out saying they should, because I guarantee you play Cho'Gath in the Vayne, you're gonna have a bad time, because there is gonna come a point where she just your health helps her, because it means with things like Blade of the Moon King, she's getting more lifesteal. There's a recent adaptation to go Ravenous Hunter, because then you get healing from those Silver Bolt procs. Again, you're gonna get even more healing because you're dealing with so much HP. It's just, I don't want to see it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Vayne, I think, is probably going to get pretty obnoxious no matter where it goes.
But especially in that matchup.
Especially in that matchup, if we see that. The Pantheon could do a good job of shutting down the Vayne if they can find that lane matchup.
Especially with the Rek'Sai, there's really good gank paths, especially since you have the Vayne on the red side. It's really easy for the Rek'Sai to find his way behind you. Especially since you are ranged in melee, you are going to look to push that lane up. And then this setup, it's so simple with the Pantheon. You jump on them, you stun them, triple auto with press the attack, instantly proc it, and then the damage from there is just easy to follow up on. So I'm hoping that's what they've done. I will be a bit disappointed if they don't make that adjustment.
I'm just excited, man, for... Let's see something good here, Barrage.
But you should be disappointed because it's Ziggs. You wanted to see these AD carries from Jeskla.
I did, but I just want to see Barrage take a game here and show XL that they can't just be pushed around. You know? Show them that they can't just be bullied here at Forge of Champions.
And the thing is, I like the Blitzcrank pick for that, because they have basically said, we're going to shove you in with the Ziggs, and we're just going to let Xing Roman take the map. And then Fastlig's gone, no, I'm going to kill that Ziggs. Because if you land a hook, that's all you need. It doesn't matter how much shove you have, how much priority. You land that hook, they will die.
Blitz does a lot of damage as well. People always underestimate how much damage Blitz individually will do in those all-ins as well, especially post-6 when you've got the ultimate, especially when you're running Ignite on top of everything. That's at least half of that player's HP.
Yeah, I mean, you hook them in, you have the E does double your auto-attack damage, and often you go AD runes to facilitate that. And then you have the electricity from your ultimate as well. You have your ultimate active, which obviously silences them. And coupled with the Kai'Sa, who has insane burst potential. If you get a full Icathian Rain onto them, and then the passive is already set up because of the CC, easy pickings.
Yeah, certainly will be, but we'll see if those hooks can land. This is, I believe, the
will
first
they land on the
Blitzcrank.
champions or the minions?
That is the question. I mean, at least he's got the Targon still, so he gets some kind of reward for pulling the minion.
At least he hits something. Unfortunately, it's not like Thresh, where you get a reduced cooldown if you hit something.
Yeah.
And also, you can't just, like, pull along and go with the minion.
I just want to see some level 1 shenanigans from the Blitzcrank.
You saw they both went for pretty... Actually, no,
it
was this game they invaded pretty heavily. They didn't get the kill quite on the bot side.
They almost did, and they almost got the red buff.
That was draining.
Monkeys didn't smite the red buff.
I don't know what he was doing. I'm going to be honest. But they have a blitz this time, but they are against a Pyke, both pretty strong level 1s.
All right, here we go. Time to jump into game number 2 here between Barrage and XL. This should be a pretty good one. You can see we're heading onto the Sepia Summoner's Rift here. We're changing the color tone as the pause comes on in.
Yeah, unfortunately I have a pause again, so we can talk more about
Blitzcrank.
maybe our Clash experiences, because hopefully everyone watching has had a chance to play on Clash.
Oh boy.
How was your experience?
My experience was great.
Okay.
I
My
had a lot of
experience was not great.
I had great KDAs both games.
Yeah, I just,
I got an S in the second
I lost
game.
both my games. I feel like there were some questionable decisions from my teams. What? Who were you playing with?
It was this guy, it was like Aux or something. I can't remember how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
I think he's Danish or something.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I mean, you had some... I think we were pulling our weight as a bot lane.
I think we did. I think we... I'm not allowed to say certain words in broadcast, but we did some things. We did some things down in the bottom lane.
There was Excalibur's Darius game was a bit rough, and I hate to throw him out here, but he was playing Darius and a Maokai, and then he got ganked a couple of times.
Excalibur, the Scion 1 trick was like, guys, I don't want to play Scion. I want to play something that can
That's
make
when I
plays
knew
on.
it was doomed. That's when I knew it was just flat doomed.
Dear.
But he played the Darius and a Maokai. I'm like, this is a great matchup. He's gonna kill it, and then he got ganked a couple of times.
A lot of times. And then he got ganked by his own jungler.
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. So no, that was the first one. It was when so Blood Penguin came in the top lane, was like, I'm gonna gank, I'm gonna make this happen. He dies, and then Excalibur got pulled into it and dies, and then he died again, and then
and then it was all.
It was rough.
When Darius loses lane to Maokai, you know that it's pretty doomed. Anyway, it's time to jump into this one. Barrage on our blue side, XL on our red side. The Hook is not going to find anyone here.
But they have seen him now. Question mark pings come out.
I love the preemptive cue
I love the question mark ping spam coming out from XL. They're like, yeah, we weren't even close, dude. A hook and a miss from the side of Barrage. And I'm very interested to see, and it looks like they are putting the Cho'Gath top, which I think is interesting with an emphasis on the int. But guess that remains to be seen. And hopefully D.Va's going to be able to do something. I mean, I think the one asset they have is that if they get an advantage mid, they can rotate topside and kill Jaskla. But either way, it's like you're playing a Cho'Gath into a Vayne. I think at least in the early levels, it shouldn't be too bad, but it is a Klepto Vayne who is just going to farm up on you.
One of the big issues that Barrage are going to have this game as well is Fast-Legged is actually on a champion with wheels instead of legs. So inherently, he's going to be pretty uncomfortable on this
He should
champion.
be fast wheels.
Hot Wheels, you could say.
He is basically running the Hot Wheels skin. It is the Hot Wheels skin. I think we can all safely say that one. Yeah, both junglers starting bot side, so clearly not bothered about giving that bot lane advantage level 1. And
hey, Jaskla is on the Vayne, though. I get what I wanted, right?
Yeah,
we get the 80 carry Jaskla performance. We get to see the LEC mechanics. This is where I've hyped this up now.
What a hook!
Oh, here we go. Sendo pulled on in. They're not level 2 yet, so there's no follow-up CC here. Fast-Leg going to be chunked on in, but Sendo's so low.
He curved it around the minion. That was some wanted stuff where, like, you curve it around with the momentum.
As fast as it goes.
But unfortunately,
not many people watched that movie. I'm not going to lie, mate.
I think a surprised amount did. It was really not rated well, but I think a lot of people would understand the reference.
It was a really bad film, though. It has to be said.
It was. Do you remember the bit where he's in the office and he gets the keyboard and he hits his best friend in the face? Do you remember who that best friend was?
No.
It was what's his name again? The guy who plays Star-Lord.
Oh, Chris Pratt?
It was Chris Pratt.
Really?
And I didn't remember. Yeah, watch it back. It actually is him.
And that's where everyone gets the gif of the keys flying at the camera. Phenomenal.
And when you put the keys, better bot wins.
That's cinematography.
Yeah. But,
here we go. D.Va roaming up
this is what we wanted to see.
The top lane. Let's see this. Special is here, hanging around. He's going to be spotted by the Tremor Sense from Monkeys. The hook down onto Sendo. Here we go. Knock up. Not available for Fast-Legged here, and there's a knock-up in the top lane. Instead, stun comes on in. First blood goes the way of Barrage. Special, taking a good chunk of damage, dodges the Comet Spear.
And this is what I want to see. You play that Pantheon, move it up top, and punish the Vayne. It's point and click, and the burst is there. Good play coming out from the side of Barrage, and They get the flash from Sendo as well with a great hook coming out from Fast-Legged.
Man, yes. Come on, Barrage. They've got a gold lead. I don't see how they can lose at this point, honestly. They're 400 gold up. Everything's going their way.
Look at top lane though, right? The CS is the same, but he's 100 gold up. You know what that is? That's Klepto.
Yeah. Tower plates already? It can't be. Does have that Klepto on the Vayne, which Klepto theoretically is the best keystone in all matchups because you can get a gold lead.
If your name is Naguri, then yes.
Theoretically. Here we go. Special going to be knocked on up here. D.Va's waiting on the other side of the wall, though. Special just getting 1v1. Comet Spirit does miss. There's a flash to get the kill, though. And it's actually Monkeys that grabs it.
You don't win that. You do not win that 1v1. And I think Special, his lack of experience in the jungle is shown a bit there. To take that one. And Monkeys looking great so far this game. It's been a while since I've been able to say that, but he is looking strong on this Rex side.
Man, I mean, I know we're only 2 kills and 4 minutes in, but we could be going to game 3, baby.
I think
let's not get too excited.
We should already start playing Silver
Scrapes.
Yeah,
where is Silver Scrapes when you need it? 1,000 gold lead here for Barrage. Really, really good start for them. D.Va posturing very aggressively in this mid lane and actually going for the trade. Obviously has...
Oh, wow, okay. He took a turret hit at the end of Z, but otherwise I was like, that's really balanced. Just getting chipped away into the tower.
Jessica able to deny the recall there up as well in the top lane. He started with a Cole, by the way, so he's just going to be power farming away there. He'll have such a huge gold
Cole
lead.
Klepto. That is alpha move if I've ever seen
It's like
one.
Bank Plank back in the old days where you build Heart of Gold, Philostone, Avarice Blade,
Avarice Blade was
and you
the
just
one
parlay
I
every minion.
Everyone used to go Avarice Blade, and every AD carry just never upgrade it until like 40 minutes.
Yeah. Everyone went Wriggles Lantern every game because it was the best item in the game.
Well, back in the old days.
Back in the day, man.
I feel like an old person.
You are an old person.
I am.
Welcome to the retirement home.
Yep. I am old, my mechanics have fallen off, and I had to retire at the young old age of 22.
The young old age is that?
Yeah.
Here we go. Hook lands onto Sendo. Look at this. Beautiful stuff. Ignite is ticking. This is going to be a 2v2 kill. KDO stepping on forwards with the stun. Gets fast legs, so Kasing gets away.
All right, I'm just going to say it. Fast Wheels, you've redeemed yourself for last game. You're doing pretty solid with these hooks so far. The blitz is looking good.
As soon as I saw it locked in, I knew that everything was going to be all right. I can sleep tonight. Here we go. Jessica, though, being engaged upon here. Icebreaker does not find the knock-up there. Condemn will push Monkeys away, but the knock-up follows up from Monkeys. And, well, that is some Rek'Sai damage if ever I saw it. Very comfortable kill.
Yeah, you know, outplaying that one. Tumble down, flash unavailable, Condemn used, and pretty easy pickings for Barrage. This is one of the issues with the Vayne top, is that in the early levels, if you don't get freedom to punish your melee lane opponent, you will struggle.
Dude, Barrage are doing it right now. This is a significant lead that they're building for themselves. Almost 2,000 at this stage. Taxa is ahead a little bit in this mid lane when it comes to CS, but when it comes to gold overall, the 2 extra assists on the side of D.Va are going to be helping him out. But here we go. Kasing and Sendo heading towards the mid lane. D.Va does not know that this is happening just yet. XL Taxa going to go on in. Deathmark available for him, but the hook misses from Kasing. 4 mid and no kills.
I think Kasing ended up mind gaming himself in the end there. D.Va, and she just staying in a relatively similar position, at least vertically. Kasing doesn't connect. And a lot of investment considering they moved all those members up there. Special showed his face in the end as well. And now Monkey's just going to help D.Va shove out the wave. So he's going to be able to get a reset off, get that mana back, pick up some items. And this Pantheon going to have the ultimate available, so if he wants to help out the side lanes, he will be able to. And now Cho'Gath just able to sustain up. Jessica not with the damage available to cut through him. Once that Play of the Rune King comes in, though, that's when things can really change.
Yeah, it's in the early levels, this is actually relatively comfortable for the Cho'Gath because the sustain is there. Every time you clear a minion wave, you basically get half your HP back from the passive.
Using pockets of vision there pretty smartly, because obviously Vayne really is the outplay. I mean, the main one's the Rupture, but that's the critical one for Cho'Gath. But no opportunity to do that if you do use it from Fog of War. And now Kasing moving up to the top side, and this is something I wanted to see from this Pyke, is a lot of roaming. It's a strength of him, especially when you have a Ziggs, you can just clear up the waves bot. But Icebreaker gonna back away, senses something's up, and now Barrage gonna look towards the Drake. It is Cloud, arguably lowest priority right now, but they will take it anyway.
Fastlane going to be heading back down towards that bottom lane. They've spotted the fact that this duo is up on the top side of Kasing and Special, and so they're going to try and make a play on the bottom side instead. Monkies is there, and he's actually going to be pathing up towards the mid lane instead. In the meantime, Icebreaker looks like he might be about to be dived. Let's see what he's going to be able to do for himself. Does not have his ultimate available. Stunned up, locked down. The Ignite is taken, and Special goes back in. D.Va misses the Comet Spear, but finishes off the kill. It's a 1-for-1.
Dodges away for the spear, but in the end, D.Va's there to save the day and pick up that kill. I don't think there's much you can do against Pantheon. Monkies is here now, though. Will he go over the wall? He is fishing for it.
Looking for something here. Jessica the target. He's already used his flash. Kasing will body block the Comet Spear there. And TP back on into the mid lane from the likes of Icebreaker, just to make sure that turret plates can't be taken too easily.
This is the matchup I was looking for, but looks like there's a lot of posturing coming out from KDO and Fastleg. Actually behind the tower here to punish Sendo. He's been left alone in the bot lane, and Flash is available for Fastleg if he wants to use it, but just going to go for the recall.
No, he's not. Here we go. Oh! Fastleg, you beast! Fast Wheels, Hot Wheels, whatever you want to call him. The guy is on fire, as you can tell by his skin. Special's here to punish, and we'll be able to get the kill.
Good moves coming out, KDO.
Nice little killer instinct there. Dodges the stun.
I just think, you know, I'm such a fan of Fast Wheels. I don't know why Raj didn't sub him in sooner, because he has looked great. And we'll get a replay of that one.
Look at
Sendo
this.
with the flash. The mind games.
That is some full Ratatouille stuff right there, because that was just delicious.
Just keep Fast Wheels. Just keep him on the roster. He's looking great. And of course, you just get hit by the Sonic Wave here.
He tried to hide behind the minion, I think, but
and the minion died. Yeah. I hate when they do that.
Just don't die, lol. Here we go.
Herald coming in top. Actually, Fast Wheels has rotated up an Icebreaker here as well. So 4 members in the top side of pressure this. Kasing there to answer, but it's only a 3v4 even with all said and done from XL. And Huck comes in. It's interrupted.
Straight onto Kasing. Oh my goodness, there's no way out. D.Va gets the kill. Now, onto the tower they go. Barrage with this solid group up, showing that they know how to play the map right here. Taxes answering in the mid lane as he's trying to get some plays for himself. His tower's so tanky in the early game with the 5th play.
Yeah, but still able to take it down. A ton of gold over to D.Va and Monkies. And Fastleg, not only the hook on a Kasing, but used the Power Fist to interrupt the dash from the Pyke, ensuring his death. Really solid play coming out from Barrage, and then comfortably in a lead. We said XL maybe playing a bit disrespectfully. I think this is showing up.
And I'm so happy for Barrage that they're showing that they can't just be bullied here. They can't just give everything. They won't just give everything up here. Icebreaker engaged on the hook. Comes on in from Kasing, and that is going to be Icebreaker going down. 9,999 damage from Kasing. And now rotating down towards this bottom side. KDO will be the next target, but I don't think they can close the gap onto him just yet.
Pretty hard to punish Kai'Sa with flash and ult, and he's had a fairly quiet game. Fast Wheels has been setting him up for some kills in the bot lane, but he's just been happy to scale up. Has that Mirror Mana working towards the Ginsus, and that's when I really want to see him join these fights and make a big impact. A lot of squishy members on XL. Perfect opportunity to Killer Instinct in and take someone out. And now he's just posturing, and Fastleg has done so well, not just from applying the pressure, but it has meant that Kasing has not been as free to roam. Because whenever he does, Fastleg has obviously been in a position to match him. But critically, they've looked to punish Sendo when he's been left on his own. And this Blitzcrank has been a pivotal pick to be able to do this. Most supports, if a Ziggs sits back and just wave clears, you can't do much to stop that.
Here we go, Fastleg heading towards this mid lane right now. Wanting to find a pick. The blue buff will be what they find for themselves. Knockups are going to be there. 10 HP. Kasing gets it with an auto attack in the end. And now the ultimate comes out from Ziggs just to stop the push in that mid lane.
I will say it's not ideal, Barrage not getting the blue, but they do deny it away from Sendo. So there is a small victory there. So now I'm going to see the matchup I wanted, which was the Pantheon into the Vayne. He is pretty strong right now. Would be able to punish him pretty heavily if he got on top of him. But right now, there's numbers advantage in the top side for XL, so Barrage going to pressure this tower on the bot lane.
And I mean, they have an open session on that objective. D.Va going to be the target here. Kasing does land the hook. Kicked on back, and D.Va surely going to go down here. Aegis Assault blocks some of the damage, and he flashes himself to safety. D.Va somehow getting away with this one. Dodges out the Sonic Wave as well. Jeskala's tanking the turret, but does have the stopwatch available. Special's going to go down. That was beautifully done by D.Va. A 1-for-1.
And Jeskala tries for the big brain play. He thought the stun was coming for him. He wanted to stopwatch it, but instead, great target selection from D.Va. Stun Special takes him down. And Sendo.
The feast comes out from Icebreaker. Cho'Gath, baby, you can never underestimate it.
Ain't outplaying that one. Nom 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 onto the Ziggs, and Barrage going to pick up a second cloud for them. Again, not usually seen as the most impactful Drakes, but that extra movement speed is going to be useful, especially for fast wheels when he's looking to rotate. And now, Barrage translating that pressure. They've already got bot and top adder, but looking to take the mid.
Dude, let's go, Barrage. They've got this one in the bag. All 3 outers taken now. 3,000 gold lead for themselves. Unfortunate for them that the first 3 Drakes of this game are going to be Cloud. It would have been nice for them to be able to snowball a little bit harder off of those objectives. But phenomenal start to things. The question is, can they keep the ball rolling? Because the later this goes on, the more Ziggs is going to do, the more that Jeskala is going to be able to do on this vein.
Yeah, which is true, but they do lack a front line pretty heavily here. There could be situations where their complete squishiness means they are very vulnerable. And if they are behind, if they don't have the damage to provide, Barrage, they have so many engaged tools. They have the hook from Blitzcrank. They have the Righteous Glory on Icebreaker, can just march it forwards. And then D.Va with the Grand Starfall, it's just always a threat. And they're in a really difficult position, but as you said, they do have scaling elements. It's just about them finding the opportunity to get back in the game.
We'll see what the call will be from XL to try and find their way back on in. Obviously, similarly to the games earlier on today, things like the Ziggs and the Xerath that we saw are very good at stalling things out and stopping the snowball from happening, stopping inhibs going down. Sendo will be able to just clear away these minions very effectively, but also with that Mega Inferno Bomb can clear away the minions in side lanes from the mid lane.
Oh,
Fast Wheels unfortunately whiffs the hook there after flashing, drops a couple of emotes. He knows what he's done. He knows he's grounded off of the back of that one. Icebreaker. He's going to be able to get a slowdown. Special actually in trouble right now as D.Va steps on forward. Will look for the stun. Tax has already abandoned all hope at this stage. Will go back on in, but it's a little bit too late. That's a double kill coming through. D.Va grabbing the second.
The power of the Cho'Gath, too tanky to assassinate quickly, and he's built so much armor pen from the side of XL has just completely been negated. And D.Va flying in with the Grand Starfall. Really solid performance there from Barrage. Fast Wheels.
This is such an exciting game to watch. Fast Wheels is going to be locked up and taken on down in the end. Monkiz could not get in there. And that's the issue with playing so close to turret. If the hook does not land, you're in so much trouble. KDO has the Killer Instinct over the wall. Monkiz goes in, but now he's alone. He's on to Jeskala, who flashes away. Ultimate through, and that's a kill coming on through. Monkiz will be finished off 1-for-1.
Good moves coming up from Kasing, finding the CC there. The 2v2 Jeskala and Kasing really strong. Unfortunately, this is the first time in these games that we've seen it. They did perform and managed to shut down some big members from the side of Raj. Still definitely life on the side of XL, but it's very much dependent on these scaling champions. Special and Tax are really not having good games. Looks like the role swap hasn't worked out. What a surprise. Especially against the champions on the side of Raj, when there is this Cho'Gath who's so bulky, and you have the Pantheon who can just negate your damage for such a long time.
So now, Kasing so far, honestly, has been the highlight player for the side of XL. I don't think that's even a controversial thing to say. His hooks have been pretty on point. He's been able to get a couple of good ult resets as well and been able to do a lot of damage during these fights. But so far, it's not been enough for XL to really find any major objectives. Obviously, they grouped up top to take that tower, but that was a trade of towers anyway. Other than that, they've not really found anything for themselves.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Icebreaker's found something for himself. The silence onto Jeskla, but he does survive. And Tax has arrived on the scene as well. Jeskla gets away with it. Or does he? D.Va's here. The Comet Spear dodged. D.Va can't get him.
And honestly, D.Va, these Comet Spears have not been on point, but Jeskla had the fancy feet. And that's the thing, if you don't one-shot the Vayne as a Cho'Gath in that rotation, you'll never get on top of her again. She has all that mobility, all that kite ability, and Jeskla manages to just escape.
Now moving up towards the top side. Barrage have 3 players in that quadrant of the map as D.Va and Icebreaker look for a 2v1. Special managing to get away. There is so much mobility on the side of XL, and now D.Va is all on his own. Icebreaker started to do the blue buff, has to rejoin the fight. This is a 2 versus 4 though. Jeskla's arrived now. Icebreaker is going to go down. Shut down going the way of Kasing, and now on to D.Va. He's going to jump in to close the gap, pulls him back on in, and D.Va will be finished off. Shut down goes the way of Special there. And now towards the top side of the map, you can see this is all in trade for a tier 2.
Yeah, but so much gold flowing to the side of XL. Remember, they get so much extra income because of that Pike ult. Raj push on the other side, but well, yeah, their solo lane is really dropping the ball. But I'm saying,
Speaking of shutdowns, let's give one over to KDO right there.
Yeah, on the Kai'Sa, who, as we said, has been pretty quiet this game, and now looking to have that DPS on Baron. And Special's nowhere near. I mean, yeah, you got Triple Cloud. Cool. Goodbye to the Baron. Was it worth it?
Was it worth it? That'll be what XL are asking themselves right now as the Baron goes down. Barrage are going to be able to grab this one. Pretty much uncontested. Ziggs ult does come on through, but it's not going to be enough. Against the Feast, over 1,000 damage. You can't even outsmite a Cho'Gath.
No, an Icebreaker there. They burn the TPUs to secure it. They're now in a really comfortable position. You can see big items coming in for KDO, nearly on that Stingers, but critically, he has stacked up that Manamune. Really pumping out a lot, and Jeskla still yet to pick up the Rage Blade himself, so pretty far behind in terms of damage. Not quite at the point where he can shred through the Cho'Gath, and Raj, very much a powerful team in this mid game.
I'm really curious to see what Barrage do with this lead. They've got themselves the Baron, they've got themselves a gold lead, and now it's time to use it. You've denied the Ziggs wave clear with this Baron buff. If they can get a good split push on the go, things could look great for them, but XL want to force an engage here. They won't be able to find it for now. Taxa has to use his Ghost Blade just to get away from the fight. In the meantime, KDO setting up in the bottom lane.
Yeah, pushing the wave in, and now his team will rotate to assist. No way for XL to punish. You have to take the long way around, and this means this tier 2 is just going to be gone.
Well and truly doomed here. There's no way to clear away the minions, especially when they've got that Baron buff, and that's going to be the tier 2 gone down in the bottom side. D.Va's engaged on. They're trying to find this opportunity while everyone is on the bottom side of the map. D.Va's the next target, and look at the damage from Jeskla coming on through. But the Aegis Assault keeps him alive. Jeskla will not be able to escape. Fast Wheels gets it for himself. Icebreaker on the front line now, as there are 3 members of XL left. But Icebreaker is so tanky. He's just invincible, and KDO still well and truly alive. Another tower going the way of Barrage. All 3 tier 2s have fallen.
And now they have to try and defend. It looks like they should be able to clear this minion wave out with Sunder's wave clear, but the Ziggs really struggling, lacking the damage to make an impact.
Icebreaker will be stunned under the tower. Fast Wheels, no!
He hit the minion, but he still forced a flash from Sendo. So all in all, I call it a win.
That's twice in this series that Fast Wheels has flash queued and hit a minion instead of an opponent.
It do be that way sometimes, and you know it's unfortunate. But at the end of the day, he still got the flash.
It's unfortunate because that's the kind of plays we're seeing a day. I don't know. Don't look at me like that, Orcs.
Anyway, so good points to make is that XL made an aggressive play and punished D.Va. They didn't break, their base wasn't broken. They still have their inhibitor towers up, and Jeskla's now picked up some more items. Bad points. They lost all the Adder towers, and Barrage 5,000 gold ahead. So, you know, bit of a mixed bag. Definitely more bad than good for XL. Barrage are looking like they are going to take this game, but there has still been some issues. D.Va overstepping a bit and getting punished, and Monkeys as well on that last play. Need to be careful because XL have shown that they can bounce back if given the opportunity.
Now, posturing once again. They still do have Baron buffs on a lot of these players. Fast Wheels wants a pull. Would love to find Jeskla for himself, and Monkiz will be more than happy to follow up on any pull he does.
The thing is, you'll take anyone. There's no bad target on the side of XL.
It's like you were saying at the start of the game. They're so squishy, this entire composition.
Yeah, whereas on the other side, there's so much bulkiness. I mean, the only squishy is KDO, and everyone else has got a lot of extra HP and is bulky, hard to take down, got defensives.
Oh, KDO's been pulled. Mega Inferno Bomb. Oh, the Zhonya's comes in. KDO, can he get away? Yes, he can. Flashes to safety. It is going to stop the siege zone. Now, Icebreaker actually taking a ton of damage from Jeskla.
Oh,
dodges the hook. Jeskala's on fire, but Icebreaker will be saved.
Yeah, those are the mechanics we were talking about, but unfortunately, Cho'Gath is still Cho'Gath. Yes, Vayne shreds tanks, but still going to take a fair few autos now. Fast Wheels is fishing.
Fast Wheels wants it, but Monkiz is there to block it. Special goes on in, knocked up, but oh, he's gone underground and will be finished off in the end. Special traded though, and they're happy to get a kill into the hands of KDO.
I mean, that's a big thing. The kills handed off to the AD carry, but now Jasper chasing down Cho'Gath, and this is where things do get difficult.
Oh,
Flash.
the flash. Beautiful stuff from Jeskla. Finds that solo kill. We've been talking about it all game, how he will be able to do that. Finally proving that's the case. But onto the tower they go. There are no minions right here. Mega Inferno Bomb onto 3. The minions have arrived now.
They need to back off here. And you can see XL setting things up. They have Taxa pushing the top lane. Jeskla pushing bot. This 1-3-1 pressure doing pretty well for them because that is the big thing. In the later stages, this Vayne will become a massive issue, and Taxa just happy to push away, but they are looking to collapse. No Killer Instinct means KDO is a fair bit away, but Fastleg going to close in. Will he go down?
I thought Fastleg was going to look for a 1v1 sorry, Fast Wheels. I thought he was going to look for a 1v1 onto Taxa then. Will find his way in, but he's trapped in a minion wave, so can't actually do anything right here. Oh, the death mark, the stun from D.Va is dodged. There were some nice moves.
That looked really cool. It accomplished nothing. Taxa tried. He failed.
It looked good.
Yeah, but they brought 4 members there. And the big thing is it gave some time for Jeskla to push away bot, but unfortunately not going to be able to take that tier 2. Tier 1 is down though, and Jeskla happy to farm up. He should be able to recall now and likely will have that PD finished. In a pretty solid position.
That is the biggest thing right here, is the fact that we've got this Ziggs for Sendo who can indefinitely stall the game. So long as Baron isn't in the hands of Barrage, he can just keep this going. And all the while, Jeskla is farming on up on the Vayne. He's got so much gold to spend right now. We'll be able to go back and upgrade some items right there. He's got a finished cull as well. He can sell that whenever he needs to.
Sold it for the pink boards. What a trooper. And Kasing.
Whew. That was close. Doesn't manage to get away.
Actually gets the ult from Fastleg as well. Bit of an itchy trigger finger there, but in the end, Barrage able to find it.
It's also only a 20-second
damage from D.Va. He just threw the empowered Comet Sphere. And look at Sendo's HP.
Pantheon is disgusting, man. It
explains the 100% presence that banned in like
absurd.
90% of the games.
Here we go. Specials tried to steal this one, but he's gone in way too early. And now Icebreaker will be pulled. Him and D.Va are just zoning away, though. Jeskla does want to find some kills here. He's going to be stunned, though. And this is a dangerous situation. Vayne goes down. Kasing having to dash away. Taxa running for his life as the whole team from Barrage is looking for kills. D.Va chasing onto Kasing and will be able to finish it up. No, Kasing gets out of line of sight. Heals up a little bit. Dodges the spear and keeps himself alive. In the meantime, though, Taxa is not so lucky, and now with a Baron, all 5 members of Barrage head down the mid lane.
Surely this has to be enough. They have done it. They have got a massive gold lead. They're in a comfortable position. They got the Baron. They're looking to push up. Sendo up in 10. It's just a jungle and support duo just trying to defend, but this Cho'Gath way too tanky to take down. They're going to look to push up the inhibitor. I think they're going to push for the end here and now.
We're going to game 3. I can't believe it. Barrage have done it. They've shown that they are here to stay, and they're taking it to XL here. They are going to be forced away for now, though, as the whole of XL starts to respawn. Taxa's about to come back up as well. And everybody from Barrage trying to set up a bait here.
So Vayne respawn makes things very difficult. You have to respect it. And right now, Barrage are fishing for something. They keep channeling the recalls and then canceling.
Oh, D.Va's in trouble right here. It's going to be Special that goes in onto him. Silence, though. What was the damage from Fastleg there?
I don't think that was
that was like at the same time as a Comet Spear.
Yeah, I don't think that was Fastleg, I'm going to say, because there's a lot of damage on this Pantheon.
Scoreboard comes up. He's got like a death cap. And
Jescla and Taxo waited this brush, and Icebreaker started to walk down, and then he just went, nah, I ain't dealing with that. Not today. I'm good, man.
This ain't my fight. All right, now the whole team collapses. Tax is the first target. Jescla wants the 1v4 play, but it isn't going to happen here. Too many members, and they're all too tanky. Kasing will swim away for his life. And with those 2 picks, I think that might just be the final nail in the coffin.
I think it's got to be. You see the ult come in from D.Va. He's looking for a flank here. Sendo.
Sendo locked up, taken on down.
Ooh, that
Mega Inferno bomb doesn't even land on anyone there. Super's in the mid lane, going to be hammering away onto these towers. They don't even need a minion wave. They're just going to walk on up to these towers. And here we go. This is going to be it. Barrage walking on forwards. They're going to take a game off of XL here. XL drafting cocky, swapping roles. It's not going to pay off. And Barrage push this to game number 3. Icebreaker happy to tank the fountain. He doesn't care about the laser. More kills going into the pockets of our Barrage players as they take game number 2.
Really solid performance from them. Fast Wheels looked great on the Blitzcrank. Monkeys was on point. They managed to get some big picks for them, like the Pantheon, and the Cho'Gath worked a treat despite going up against the Vayne. They just didn't give Jescla an opportunity to be a monster. And you saw in those later team fights, the mechanics were crisp. But it doesn't matter when you're that far behind in gold.
Yeah, and when you're constantly in these situations where you're against 4 players. Jescla, while he's got great mechanics, was not playing with the team. He wasn't in a situation where he could succeed in these fights.
And the thing is, you can't, no matter how well you play it, you always have to an element kite at your max range. You can't get up close against things like the Pantheon or the Blitzcrank or the Rek'Sai. So you saw those moments where he's dodging, he's dipping, but he's just not able to get the damage down. In the end, Barrage equalized the series.
They've done it. Barrage have taken the game, and XL suddenly have to go back to the drawing board. The question for me is, do XL change things up going into game 3?
Hopefully.
Is Taxus still going to just roll the Z in the mid lane?
Hopefully not. I don't think he should be on the Z for many reasons. 1, not the greatest at it. 2, he's better jungler. And 3, it also means that Special is in the jungle and he's a Lee Sin one trick. And you can see it worked for Monkeys because they're like, oh, they're going to pick Lee Sin every game? I'll just pick Rek'Sai. And you could see in that early skirmish around the mid lane, he just demolished him. Yeah,
and you could see as well that clearly Monkeys knows these matchups better than Special does. And that was evident in that 1v1 that they had as D.Va did come up to help out in the end. But yeah, phenomenal stuff coming out from Barrage. I'm so excited that they managed to take a game here as well. I'm glad because it means that XL can't just do whatever they want.
Every other series in Forge has been a 2-0.
Yeah.
So this is the first well, it will be a 2-1 in Forge Champions this year. I mean, in the summer. So yeah, it just comes down to who's going to win it out. Will it be XL or Barrage? And I think if XL go back to the sort of traditional, this is how we play the game, they have a good chance. Remember, Barrage have the momentum, and they did look good in that last game, so it could go either way.
It could go either way. I don't think XL are going to try that hard. I don't think that they're going to be like, we got to win this. I think they're still going to troll a little bit, but I think that they're just going to troll a little bit better than they did in this game, and I think they probably still take the series. It's a negative view, man, but that's the way I think it's going to go.
That's a really heartless way to look at it.
I'm just saying.
You don't think the power of friendship is gonna bring Barrage to the forefront? I feel like
Icebreaker's there like truth. Someone else comes in like friendship.
Yeah, no, well, that's my prediction. It's gonna be truth and friendship prevails overall.
We'll have to see. D.Va certainly looked great. Monkeys looked great. I mean, the whole squad showing up. KDO as well. KDO's been having an insane series. Yeah. Fast wheels on the Blitzcrank.
Far better than fast legged.
Please name change.
Keep fast wheels in. He looked clean. Other than that point where he hooked the minion, but it still worked. He got the flash from Sendo. Hooked, yeah. You know.
Oh, well, we'll have to see how the next one is going to go. We're going to jump into a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with game number 3 right after this.